So, as Bilbo Baggins said, it is no bad thing to celebrate a simple life. And I think that's what everyone needs to really realise, is that it's a good thing to get back to basics. A lot of people will actually be a lot happier, whether they realise it or not, if we just live a more simple life and appreciate the simple things. A lot of great kind of philosophers and spiritual teachers and people have always ended up at this point. It's like going full circle, you know, but just appreciate, you know, a nice cup of tea and nature and walking and slow down a bit and all of these things, you know. So many people, like I said before, they're just rushing around. And also with our civilization, you know, I think it's just all become too complicated. Everything's modern life, it's just too complicated. We're always told that, you know, these gadgets and these computers are going to make our life easier. And it is not the case, you know. It every time it's more and more and more complicated, you know. And people are finding themselves so stressed out with all of these things, you know. And it's just crazy, you know. So again, going back to my last video, you know, the fall of after the Roman Empire fell, you know, in Italy and places like that, you know, they went back to the simple life. That's why they have such good food, you know, and they had really strong family values for a long time, didn't they? That was what was important, you know, family gatherings, sharing some simple good food, chatting, you know, sitting around a fire, just playing music and things like that, you know. I think so many people would actually find that it's a good life, the good life, like in that program on TV. I used to love that, with Felicity Kendall and I can't remember the other names, but yeah, there was like two couples and they were just living the good life, which was like trying to be self-sufficient, and the ones next door were trying to be all extravagant and everything. But half the time, or most of the time, they kind of learn from each other, but most of the time it kind of showed that actually the ones trying to live the more simple good life, my hair's going mad, were the ones that were a lot happier, you know. And basically that's, I think, what needs to happen. That's what people need to start to do, whether they do it by choice or because there's no alternative. But I truly believe that in most cases people will be happier, and you know, that's what we have to do for ourselves and for the earth, because, you know, yeah, if we get back to basics with things even like education and stuff as well, because, you know, I know a lot of people that work in the education system, and I have done myself and still do really, and yeah, it's just far too complicated, you know. It's all the curriculum and everything, and some of the stuff they're teaching is just insane. People don't need to know it, you know. I'm sometimes in a class with like 8-year-olds thinking, I don't know this stuff and I've never needed to know this stuff, you know, and they're getting stressed out. You know, there's kids that have got anxiety, there's more and more teenagers with anxiety, but even little kids, you know, I've been in schools where there's like little kids doing exams and they've got like a stress headache and migraines, and you think they shouldn't know what that even is at that age, you know. As long as they can read and write and just do the basics, you know, we should be having more forest schools. That's what, you know, people should be doing more. We should be living more in nature, and there should be more forest schools, and kids should be allowed to be kids, you know, enjoy their innocence, and yeah, obviously learn the basics, but that's really all they need to know at that age, you know. There's plenty of time to learn complicated stuff when they're older if they really want to. But to be honest, I've never had to use algebra in my entire life. I actually did quite well at maths, but you know, there's no reason why people need to learn stuff like that. You know, they're still teaching joined up handwriting, you know, and I mean that was because people used to use fountain pens, you know, you had to do it joined up. And they're still doing that, you know, there's no reason why people need to learn that type of thing anymore, you know. It's just crazy and ridiculous, and yeah, the school system really, really needs a massive overhaul. And everything, you know, our whole society, it's just all become way, way, way too complicated, the way people are living, you know, and it's stressing everyone out. And, you know, yeah, we need to get back to basics.